Liam, not good enough tonight.
No, ultimately, and the scoreline obviously reflects it. I think I think much in it first half. I thought we played some really good stuff at times first half without actually having the final bit. I thought back and mid third was okay. Showed some more football than what we showed at Exeter, especially. Lacked spoke about it half time, a directness in the top third, a lack of quality in the top third, and ultimately gave away a penalty. That's the bit that hurts us. And that's been consistent now. If you look at it recently, Cheltenham was a penalty and a free kick. Exeter was a corner kick. Conceding too many goals from set pieces. So really frustrating, disappointing, tough one to take.
Sloppy way to give away the penalty as well, wasn't it? I mean, that sometimes you feel as if the players are maybe trying a bit too hard.
Yeah, it's tough. Look, confidence with the lads, understandably low because we've not been playing as we want to and not been getting the results we want to. So, there's that. Obviously, with some of them, there's an edge to how they've played. Attention to it, and that leads to sometimes a rashness. So yeah, hugely disappointing. And the second one, I thought we came out and started the second half well. I thought the first sort of 8-10 minutes up to the goal was, we came out, we pressed better, we got on the front foot, we showed a bit more directness into getting into their penalty box, and then the goal shifts the momentum massively. And then it's just after that we've got to be better. That in terms of how we react, how we respond, the fight that we show, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, second goal killed it, didn't it? Really killed it.
Yeah, the momentum's massive in football. We speak a lot around it. We obviously, feel for the staff a bit. They do a huge amount of work, the staff, to try and give the players as much information as possible. The prep, the plans, the work in training, the detail that the staff go into, and then it's around executing and doing your job.
And I guess certainly in the final stages of the game, in the second half, there were too many individuals making mistakes, and I know that it's a team thing, but each individual, I suppose, got to take care of their own game and their own passing, and that didn't happen. It just wasn't good enough.
No, too many mistakes, too many turnovers. Despite that, we still actually had 2 moments on the counter attack where we're 1v1, but again, either didn't see it or didn't play it. So, combination decisions and execution. And hey, we're in a fight, we're in a scrap, and ultimately what you have to do is stick together. Own your individual performance and step up.
Do you think Greg and Dennis worked alongside each other?
Yeah, I thought we caused them problems at times. I thought they're tough in terms of going long because the pitch played so quick, obviously. But if you look at it in terms of, like I said, back and mid third, I thought we got into some really good areas, but then didn't cross it, didn't play someone through, didn't get the shot off. So, like I say, back and mid third, getting it up to areas where we could be dangerous, I was relatively pleased with. It was it was in the final bit, which for me lacked. So I thought there was some moments where we caused them problems, but not enough.
And I'm not banging on about this, but Trafford in their goal wasn't tested once tonight, and that's clearly a concern for you.
Yeah, definitely. We said to the lads afterwards, we're searching a bit at the minute in terms of who's going to step up, who's going to take responsibility, who's going to deliver. So yeah, that was obviously the biggest disappointment in terms of not just the result, but at least let's have a real go and get some shots off. Let's be direct. Especially, we really empower the players to have an element of freedom in the top third. So really go for it, and we didn't.
I guess when you're talking about, finally for me, when you're talking about players maybe not collectively looking like they know each other sometimes, all you can do on that is train, work harder and train and get to know each other better.
Yeah, we have to fight, we have to scrap, we have to stick together. I think that has to be the starting point of any of our teams. Like I said, I think you could see a few of the elements that we worked on from training. But yeah, we're not going to have loads of training time, so we have to make sure that we step up in terms of learning from the video, having real honest conversations with ourselves individually, and we've got to go and put it right on Saturday.
Zach came into the team tonight for Dean Lewington. What was you thinking behind that one?
We knew they had a lot of pace up top, so that was one in terms of trying to counter that, and to be fair to Zach, he's done well in a couple of games and trained well, and just obviously managing Skip from that perspective. So that was ultimately it.
He has impressed, I think, when he's had those opportunities, Zach.
Yeah, he did. I thought he did very well away at Watford. He was one of the positives from Cheltenham, and like I said, he's trained well. So I think I said before, we're going to need the squad, we're going to need the depth. It's it's just a challenge for Skip to play every single game, but you know, I know he wants to. But he's still so important for us as well. So it's a case of, you know, lads, step up, grab the opportunity when you get it.
And Josh McEachran as well. We mentioned him yesterday on his way back and getting a few minutes tonight.
Yeah. Josh just needs a little bit of time to get up to speed. So it was obviously a big positive to have him back.
The centre of the park has obviously been a key area for Dons over the last few years, and in particular for you last season. Having Josh back in there and somebody who can take control of games, as we've seen him do in the past, is going to be huge, isn't it?
Yeah, and his experience, his composure is, you know, in terms of especially moments like we saw tonight, when you're up against it, when you need someone to go and grab the game, he's been there, he's done it. So, you know, he's going to be really important for us, Josh. So it's a case of now, you know, we've got to keep quickly build him up.
There was a few boos at the full-time whistle. Do you feel and understand where the fans are coming from?
Yeah, of course. You know, I feel the frustration, I feel the hurt, I feel the disappointment, I feel all the emotions that I'm sure they do. So I'll control what I can, which is, you know, we have to look at it, we have to analyse, we have to, you know, reflect. And I think the biggest thing is when you analyse this, we analyse everything. It's not just the tactical side; it is the commitment, the desire, the aggression, the directness, the confidence. We look at everything, and I think that's the biggest thing in terms of going away. We are where we are, and unfortunately, you know, not where we want to be. And the only way that gets out of that is by sticking together and working as hard as we can.
Was it frustrating for Dawson to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with what led to the penalty?
Yeah, I haven't actually seen it back yet, to be honest. So I need to have a look at it back in terms of you know, why it happened. But look, he's got some really good attributes, Dawson. He's definitely one in terms of that's going to progressively get better, and you know, going for a real tough experience like we are at the minute, it's only going to, you know, help him develop as a player. So the challenge with him, and you know, not just the young guys, everybody now is, you know, in this moment, in this position we're in, what do we do? Do we stand up and, you know, get together and roll our sleeves up and have a go, or you know, or do we continue accepting what we're doing today, which, you know, we'll be doing everything in our power to make sure that we don't.
We've spoken before, of course, about keeping a stable mindset amongst the players, and is this sort of thing going to be really vital to get out of this current sequence?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the behaviours of everything, the fight, the being hard to beat, the aggression, and then quality. Ultimately, we didn't test their keeper because we didn't have enough quality with the ball tonight. So I think that's the biggest bit. Whether it's from set pieces or open play, we have to have more quality in and around their box, and then we have to do better to defend ours.